Hello world, I'm Missy Girl, and welcome back to another video with your girl, Missy Girl. If you're new to this channel, I'm Missy Girl, make sure you subscribe. And if you aren't new to this channel, please subscribe, please like it up, make sure you share, comment below what you want me to see, me talk about or do. So let's get started with this video. I hope everyone's doing well on this beautiful Thursday. I know I promised that I would post on Mondays, but since I started my summer class, it's been kind of challenging to wake up early in the morning, go to school, come home in the afternoon, and just like do my assignments and things like that. And then I get distracted with other things that I have to do outside of school. So I really haven't been having time to upload. So this is a day, either be Monday or Thursday is what I'll upload. So keep an eye on that. And if you have your post notifications on, which I hope you do, you can see when I upload and you can see when I post. So this video is a little bit different, and this is gonna be like a sort of a series type of thing for the next couple of weeks, just because this topic that I'm gonna be talking about is very important to me and is very informative to me, and well, not really to me because I know the information, but it's informative to you since this is not really a common topic that people have been bringing up lately. So it'll all make sense in a second when I describe the topic. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Again, make sure to like it up, subscribe, and comment below what you want me to see me talk about whenever I'm done with these series. Okay. So this topic is about Tourette syndrome, and I made a video years ago when I first got diagnosed, I believe, either that or years after. But I deleted it because it wasn't really, like, it was relevant, but I wanted to make a newer approach to it, you know. So yes, this is about Tourette syndrome, and for those who don't know, for those who do know, Tourette syndrome month started May 15th and goes through June 15th. So this is why I wanted to make a series of it for the next couple of weeks, to talk about what it is, talk about my experiences, talk about my tics, and just little things that people don't really know. So in order to, unfold what Tourette syndrome is, I will be describing what it is and kind of, giving a narrative about what it is. And in this video, oops, I keep sliding because I need to check the time or whatever to make sure I'm not going over time. This video, this week in particular, we'll be talking about what Tourette syndrome is and how I got diagnosed, and like a little story time, I would say. The next video that I will upload will be about like this, just like little facts about it. So it might be a shorter video than my usual videos. And then the next video after that, I'm not sure what date that'll be because I don't have my calendar with me. But the third series, it'll basically talk about my tics over the course of the years, and how it kind of whether it progressed or it decreased or it became stressed or unstressed, just the correlation and the relationship between the tics that I've had over the course of the years. So I'm gonna talk about what it is. So Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder. It has to do with the brain, and it basically signals the brain to form uncontrollable tics and involuntary tics that the person cannot control. The tics can come from verbal to like physical. A person can shout out words, can make noises, depending on the person. It all varies. And the person can snap their fingers non-stop. They can switch their hands, they can jerk their neck, they can blink rapidly, they can move their legs, whatever movement they feel as though their body feels needs to be released, that's how they perform it. There are medications. Most of the medications are very strong. I can tell you about that in this video as well, about my first experience with it. And it's very rare. Mostly boys have it than females. It's not common in African American. I have it. My cousin has it as well. And another young lady I know, she's African American, she has it. And honestly, those are the only three people who I know who are African American who have it. Me, my cousin, and this other young lady, or her daughter. There's treatment. Yes, there is, but there's no what is it I'm looking for? There's treatment, but there's no cure. There we go. There's no cure for Tourette syndrome. Um, so the next video I'll be giving basically the history. I'll like do my research and things like that and tell you the history about it, when it came about, who was it named after. A little bit more statistics type will be in the next video for those of you who don't know, and those of you who want to know and want to know a little bit more, those of you who know and just want to reiterate or kind of add into their feedback. So this is basically, so that's that. So it's a neurological disorder. A person cannot control their tics. It varies from different people. Every Tourette syndrome, every person with Tourette syndrome has a different tic, has a different way of showing their tics. It's all different depending on the person. There's no right or wrong Tourette syndrome. No, it's not. Everyone's different. Like, everyone's different in the world. Everyone's different Tourette syndrome. So without further ado, I'll be telling you how I got diagnosed. So when I was little, my eyes did blink a lot, like rapidly, and nobody else knew about it because they just thought, okay, she blinks rapidly, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? So it wasn't until high school year, my freshman year of high school, 2012, I know I'm really old, I was 14, and I was I'll never forget this day. I was in my grandma's room, her bedroom. My mom, my Aunt Dana, my grandmother was in the other room watching a movie, and I was just sitting in the room by myself, on my little iPod, watching TV, doing things that, teenagers do, things like that. So all of a sudden my hand starts to shake, and it was like, going at a rapid pace. It was this hand, I'll never forget. So I start crying. Like, I'm like, what's happening? Like, first I held it to try to make sure, to see if I can stop it. It wouldn't stop. Then I started to cry, like, really, really, like, harshly. Like, I was crying, hysterically. I was really scared. So I ran to the other room. They're like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? So they're trying to see if they can stop it. They was like, okay, well, if you can't stop it, in like 10 minutes, we'll take you to the emergency room. So now I'm crying even more. I don't want to go to the emergency room. Like, I just got out of the hospital because I was sick. Previously, like the month before, I'll never forget it was in February. They rushed me to the hospital. They did a couple of tests, and the doctor came back and she said everything's fine. She has no high blood pressure, anything like that can cause like a shock or things like that. Everything's fine, but she does have symptoms of Tourette syndrome. So we're all looking around like, Tourette syndrome, I never heard of it. So she gives me like this little basic preview about it. And she says, we're going to assign you to a neurologist, and you can talk to her further about what the disorder is. So, they discharged me from the hospital. So then, after my hands started shaking, that's when I started to do, like, other tics, like, with my hands. I used to do, like, this. I used to snap. I used to make, like, these noises I'll talk about in another video. And my parents were kind of, like, it was just like a shock to them. It was like, oh, is that part of the Tourette? Okay. So they immediately made an appointment with the neurologist. They wanted me to go to the neurologist first before I go back to school, just so I can kind of talk to her and kind of, so she can kind of boost up my self-esteem, because I was like, I don't know what this is, I don't want to go back to school and not knowing what I'm doing, and then people ask me questions and I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? So I talked to her about it. She told my mom and me exactly what the disorder was, exactly what was expected. She offered medicine. I took the medicine to see if it was going to work. So I went back to school, and the medicine I was taking started to damage my hair. My hair started to fall out in chunks. Like, I'm telling you, my hair was down past my shoulder when I was in high school. It slowly came up to, like, right here. Like, I was very upset about that. So then I told, I had a boyfriend at the time, puppy lover, whatever. So I told him about it, and he was like, it's okay, I love you the way you are, da 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 da. I told a couple of my friends. I only had like 2 close friends. I told them about it, and I tried to hold it in, just because I didn't want people to laugh at me. Because again, it's a rare case, so nobody really knows about it. So I didn't really know how to unleash it without people asking me questions. And I was very quiet in high school, so again, I had low self-esteem because of that, and then that built on top of me as well. So when I went home, all throughout the 4 years, I just released it all out at home. And my parents was like, okay, you held it in for so long for that duration of that time you was in school. Now it's building up on you. Let it all out. So that's what I did. And it only, oh, I'll talk about that in another video. I'm sorry, I was gonna sidetrack. And then senior year, we had a presentation. Well, my major shop had a presentation, and it was to talk about disorders. So I said, it was like basically disorders in children. So I picked that because I wanted to learn more about it, and it reflected me because I had disorder. I had Tourette syndrome. So I made this whole presentation. It involved a video, and at the end, I asked a question. I said, does anybody know someone with Tourette syndrome? And I want to say it was like one or two people who raised their hand. And I said, well, you should all raise your hand because you all know me and I have Tourette syndrome. And I just started crying. Like, it was just like a weight off my shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, all those 4 years, those were the groups I've been with. Because, it was like my high school had shops. And those shops were considered majors in college. So my major was child development because I want to be a teacher. So I was friends with those group of people. It was junior year, not senior year. Those group of people for 3 years, and the other child development class for 3 years. So it was like they're my family because we spent most of the time together. Because shop period was the longest period of the day. So I spent most of my time with my shop peers, So I just started crying. My teacher was holding me. And it was asking me questions, how did you know, this and this and that, we're always going to love you regardless, things like that. And then teachers in my high school and kids in my high school said you'll never be a teacher because of your disorder, and that kind of hurt me. But to see all of my friends from my shop who want to be a teacher as well say that to me, that really boosted my self-esteem. So, like in shop, I let my ticks go. That was the only place I could let my ticks go because they know about it. You know what I mean? I didn't feel down. I felt lifted up because they lifted me up that junior year. And that was like honestly one of the best moments of my life. One of the best moments of my life because I was like, wow, I'm finally accepted into my other family. You know what I mean? So, it was a very emotional time for me. In college, I do ticks. Now I do ticks. Again, I'll tell you about my transition from ages and how the ticks were played out, the correlation between my life. It'll all make sense in the next video, what I mean by, correlation, because studies show that as you get older, the ticks lessen. They don't go away, but they lessen. So that kind of gives you a sneak peek to how my next video will go. Hopefully you'll understand it better when you watch my next video. And that's all that is going to be discussed in this video. I'm sorry, I try to make this video as short as possible. Next video, I'll be talking about my duration of my ticks and where I started from and where I'm at now. So maybe that'll be shorter than the video after that will be more statistics. Just to cover like the Tourette Syndrome month, Tourette Syndrome Awareness Month. The colors are teal, so if you have teal, I don't have anything teal, but I had a button. The button broke. I have to order more things to represent Tourette syndrome when I get paid. So hopefully you know a little bit about me, a little bit about Tourette syndrome, and if you know somebody with Tourette syndrome, please just love them and accept them anyway. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Be true, be you. Bye.